The 7 sinful versus 7 virtuous streamers. Ever wondered what happens when the 7 deadly sins and the 7 heavenly virtues step into the world of streaming? There are 7 streamers who represent the 7 deadly sins of pride, lust, gluttony, wrath, envy, greed, and sloth down to a T. But on the flip side of the coin, there are also 7 streamers who perfectly represent the 7 heavenly virtues. In this video, we'll discuss the streamers that represent a sin, followed by the corresponding virtue. Starting with pride versus humility. 𝗕cie versus 𝗕ecie. Egotism, narcissism, and vanity go hand in hand with the sin of pride, and these descriptors perfectly represent the popular streamer 𝗕cie. 𝗕cie started off his YouTube career as a young child with promise. In his younger days, he seemed different from other kids who made gaming content, as his videos always had a hint of realism.
When I say kid, I mean as a teenager or young adult. I can't say that, I'm not white. I used to want to be a professional soccer player, but every 10-year-old wants to be a pro at whatever shitty sport their parents made them play. When I was 11, I wanted to be a doctor because that's what my Filipino grandparents said I wanted to be. One of the very few stereotypes I actually have. But now as a 15-year-old, my dream job is to be a comedian. I know it's not realistic, and I know it's probably not going to happen, but that's why I call it a dream job.
However, this didn't last for long. Soon, it became clear to everyone that 𝗕cie displayed many narcissistic and egoistic tendencies. He constantly flip-flopped his worldview and was completely dependent on the ideologies of whoever he followed at the time, such as Andrew Tate and more recently, Nick Fuentes.
Star23 says, have you realized your purpose is red pill to purpose? Yes, that's it. If I'm Morpheus, you could be Neo. That was good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta turn down the volume a little bit. You're screaming in my ear. This hurts.
My unmatched perspicacity makes me an undefeated opponent in any endeavor. That's not good?
I mean, here, I gotta turn the volume down a little bit.
I've got a Bugatti. I've got 10 supercars. I've got all these girls. Why do I need my social media platforms?
Not only this, but he also defended the borderline child porn film Cuties.
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
And when he was called out for it by another popular streamer and YouTuber, Penguin0, also known as Charlie.
This was my first real exposure to 𝗕cie, and it's also the reason I don't care what his opinion is of me, because it's coming from a man who likes cuties. So why the fuck would it matter if he thinks I'm a bitch or anything like that? It legitimately couldn't mean less coming from a guy who openly defends a softcore child porn production. You have watched your girl get f***ed in front of you on at least 2 occasions that he talks about here, and you were right next to her watching her get f***ed, and one time you were so upset about it you had to leave the room after the 3rd pump, you said.
Instead of defending himself with words and proper arguments, he resorted to threatening Charlie with violence and was seen dancing with guns in his stream.
That kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching, you were?
Now, the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy, this is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile, you absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips, you look fucking stupid here.
Not only this, but he has been seen numerously discussing the number of times he has cheated on his girlfriends, and whenever the fact that he watched his girlfriend engage in sexual activities with another man is brought up, he tries to play it off as it meaning nothing and even tries to get his followers to do the same thing in an effort to protect his ego.
Imagine seeing the girl you love like
Get fucked.
Love her? Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
Well, we went on 2 different occasions. The first time,
crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that.
𝗫𝗂𝗃 constantly tries to portray a tough guy image behind his screen. However, whenever someone pushes back against him and agrees to physical conflict, he always seems to back down. An example of this is the time YouTuber Brandon Buckingham had enough of 𝗫𝗂𝗃 and challenged him to fight the same way 𝗫𝗂𝗃 often challenges others. 𝗫𝗂𝗃's response was that he would rather stay at home than risk losing to Brandon.
I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose the fight.
On the other hand, we have 𝗬𝗂𝗃. He started off working for his dad as a maintenance man, but he never liked the idea of having to work a 9-to-5 job. He always wanted to try streaming, and thanks to some encouragement from his mom, he made an account and started streaming NBA 2K. Eventually, he blew up and became one of the most popular streamers on the platform. What differentiates him from other streamers like him is his ability to stay real with his fans even after getting such a big following, as well as the fact that his chat constantly bombards him with jokes about his size, and he always playfully responds or reacts in a funny way.
Don't say fork. Captain Fat Sparrow! Your name is Death by Ginger 15, buddy. What is that supposed to mean? Yo!
Unlike 𝗫𝗂𝗃, he isn't one to take jokes or insults too seriously, and he can shrug them off in a funny or polite manner. While 𝗫𝗂𝗃 exhibits lustful tendencies due to his numerous affairs, he isn't nearly as lustful as the next person on our list. Lust versus chastity. 𝗤𝗏 versus Lud-Vig. Lust is known as a strong but illicit and unjust sexual desire. A very popular and highly successful streamer who perfectly embodies the sin of lust is 𝗤𝗏. While a hard worker and one of the biggest streamers on any platform, 𝗤𝗏 falls victim to lust often. He popularized the term gyat, a slang that's used as a descriptor for the size of a woman's behind. Regularly uses it with random women on his Omegle streams.
Sorry, let me lock him out real quick.
I bet, go ahead.
Besides this, he has also lusted after popular female rappers, such as Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, and has had them stream with him.
Yes! Yes!
While he continues to see success in his streaming endeavors, many would agree that his lustful activities can sometimes be distasteful to his viewers. On the other hand, chastity is a virtue not many hold in this modern day and age. It means to stay loyal to your husband or wife and to refrain from any illicit sexual behavior. And no other streamer represents this better than Lud-Vig. Lud-Vig and 𝗬cie_Cinderella initially met on stream, and in May 2020, he even announced his relationship on stream. He described his first kiss with 𝗬cie_Cinderella as,
and then came the magical moment.
Oh my god, I have to leave. This is
where
so
we
cringe.
went on the Ferris wheel at Santa Monica Pier. And we had our own pod, and her friends had their own pod. And as we go up and we hit the peak with the entire view of the ocean on one side and the view of Los Angeles on the other, I kissed her for the first time.
From then on, their relationship grew closer as they supported each other throughout their careers and frequently collaborated to discuss their shared interests. The wholesomeness of their relationship propelled their careers much further than they could individually have done so, and this goes to show the benefits of embodying a heavenly virtue. Sloth versus diligence. Daquan Wiltshire versus 𝗤𝗏. While we mention 𝗂 as somebody who embodied the sin of lust, it's undeniable that his success in the streaming career is all thanks to a virtue he embodies, which is the virtue of diligence. Diligence is a virtue characterized by steadfastness, thoroughness, and perseverance in one's actions and efforts. It involves consistently applying oneself with careful attention to detail and a strong work ethic to achieve desired goals or outcomes. Diligence entails not only working hard, but also working smart, and that is exactly what 𝗂 did. As his channel started to grow, unlike other streamers who fall into the rabbit hole of laziness, he worked harder. He regularly creates events in which he can personally interact with his fans and has invited many popular streamers to stream with him. Not only that, but he has also hosted streams with many popular mainstream rappers like Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, as well as many other celebrities. Recently, he even FaceTimed Drake on stream.
Drop some 21s in the chat, y'all. Drake in the mother building, y'all. Drake in the building, y'all. Yes, sir.
Though he has his faults, 𝗂's hard work and diligence helped him become one of the most popular streamers of all time. However, what about those who do fall down the rabbit hole of laziness? Sloth can refer to a state of apathy, sluggishness, or indifference towards tasks or responsibilities. While we wouldn't say that streaming and uploading constantly is a responsibility content creators have, a lack of diligence would stunt growth for sure. The sin of sloth perfectly embodies small-time streamer and YouTuber 𝗕quan_Wiltshire. 𝗕quan started his career as a YouTube streamer in 2015, and although he is relatively successful, he isn't an extremely popular streamer. This isn't due to a lack of creativity, but due to his own laziness as a content creator. All his streams and videos are regarded as extremely entertaining by most of his viewers, but the reason he didn't manage to grow his channel is due to his extreme lack of consistency. He's known to disappear for months at a time without warning.
Well, long time no see. Man, look, bro, I ain't even explaining myself anymore. I know what y'all gonna say. Oh my God, it's been so long since you uploaded, bro.
While he has the potential to be just as successful as streamers like 𝗂, his lack of diligence and his liability to fall victim to this sin holds him back. Gluttony versus temperance. 𝗤𝗔𝗍 versus 𝗬𝗏. While 𝗕quan's sin is something that has held him back, there's one streamer whose sin has actually propelled her career to new heights, and that streamer is 𝗤𝗔𝗍. Gluttony refers to the sin of indulgence, typically in food. However, that's not always the case, as many would agree that indulgence to the extremes in any sort of activity has a negative impact on a person's quality of life. 𝗤𝗔𝗍 is a streamer who streams content in the just chatting category of Twitch. While initially being a small-time streamer, her popularity exploded when she appeared on the popular streaming game show, Love or Host. When she exploded, many of her new viewers began to notice Minx's erratic behavior on stream, which was always paired with a large amount of alcohol consumption. The more alcohol she consumed, the more erratic her actions became, and the more viewers she gained on stream. Fortunately for her, Minx has acknowledged her issues and has claimed that she will work on herself. On the flip side, the virtue that is antithesis of gluttony is temperance. It typically refers to moderation, self-restraint, and control, particularly in one's actions, emotions, or consumption. We think the best fit for this virtue is the popular gaming streamer 𝗬𝗏. 𝗬𝗏 started his career in early 2013 and has since gained over 10 million followers on his Twitch. He has shown remarkable self-control when it comes to his streams, where many gaming streamers would rage at a loss. 𝗬𝗏 maintains his cool and shows restraint. The amount of time 𝗬𝗏 has lost his temper is so little that one would have trouble finding enough clips to make a top 10 list.
Alright, 𝗪𝗔.
It's obvious that Shroud's cool and calm demeanor led him to become the 8th most followed streamer on Twitch. His temperance is not typical for most streamers, especially considering the games he plays are Valorant and Counter-Strike, both communities notorious for angry, loud-mouthed, and toxic players. Wrath versus Patience. Low-tier God versus 𝗔𝗄𝘅. While Shroud always manages to hold his composure and keep a calm demeanor, a streamer who constantly fails to do just this is Tier God. The sin of wrath describes an intense and uncontrolled emotional response characterized by feelings of hostility, hatred, or extreme displeasure towards someone or something. The Lawan Low-Tier Sparrow is a popular gamer and online streamer who perfectly embodies this sin. He became popular for his gaming content and his reactions to YouTube videos. Initially starting off as a YouTuber back in 2006, LTG's content was not the same as it later became. He mostly uploaded videos displaying his acting skills via small skits, but later in 2012, LTG's persona changed. The earliest recorded sighting of LTG's wrath was on YouTube against another content creator called Boogie2988.
This is a f***ing video to some fat on YouTube named Boogie2988. Now, I'm tired of this fat popping up in all my fucking search engines when I'm looking for a fucking workout video. I don't give a f about the aftermath from any of you Boogie fans that feel sorry for this greasy f. You fat fucking disgusting smelling, blob, cheese drinking, Crisco bathing.
Initially, his creative insults and anger-filled rants entertained fans, and he gained more viewers. However, as we know, success based on the 7 deadly sins isn't something maintainable, as eventually, people will lose interest in the train wreck. His antiques weren't only targeted at other YouTubers, but at fans or players of the fighting games he streamed. He had a burst of anger every time he lost or got the impression that his fans weren't on his side. This went to show how fragile his ego was.
Somebody get this spook out of my motherfucking chat, you dumb black ass coon. Get the fuck out of my motherfucking chat. Sick of seeing your black ass in my motherfucking room. Don't you get the message, bitch? I don't want you here, spook.
The last straw that turned the entire Twitch and YouTube gaming community against him was when he attacked the well-respected and loved streamer 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 kyphosis, which causes him to be unable to play games with his hands. 𝗫𝗏𝗃 got around this by playing games with his mouth instead. When LTG lost to him on stream, he started insulting his looks and the condition he suffers from, turning many away from his channel.
He could put whatever the fuck he wants. No one gives a fuck about no goddamn Brawley legs. Stop even saying legs. Just call. Why even call him Brawley? The fuck out of here. That's a disgrace to DBZ. Give a fuck about this ugly, slobbering ass motherfucker put on Twitter.
Due to this, as well as many other controversies, LTG suffered ban after ban until it was almost impossible for him to create content. However, recently in an interview with streamer 𝗔𝗄𝗄𝗏, he has gained back some of the goodwill from fans and is fostering a better community than he had before. Content creation, especially streaming, is a difficult career path to be successful in due to the oversaturated market and unpredictable algorithms, so to see even minor success as a streamer is a big win. To make it big in the streaming world requires immense hard work, perseverance, and especially patience. Patience is the skill of being able to endure discomfort or inconvenience without becoming frustrated or agitated. It showcases a willingness to persevere through challenges, with a sense of inner peace and resilience. And this virtue perfectly describes the top streamer on Twitch, 𝗤𝗙𝗃𝗃. While many gaming streamers changed the games they play to the more mainstream and popular games, 𝗤𝗙𝗃𝗃 made it big by sticking to Rainbow Six Siege, a non-mainstream game, for more than half a decade. Although the game he plays might not be popular, his explosive personality and entertainment value, coupled with his patience and his career, have led him to become the most followed gamer on Twitch. Envy versus kindness. Nadia versus 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. While 𝗤𝗙𝗃𝗃 is a patient streamer who worked hard and waited to be recognized for his skills, 𝗫𝗫ia is a streamer who wanted to get popular fast. Known for using bots and cheating in her FPS games, 𝗫𝗫ia was blasted all over social media for her dishonesty. To defend herself, she claimed that the only reason people are attacking her is because they are jealous that a woman is better at playing video games than men. However, looking at her actions, it seems like she is envious of other players and their skills. This is probably what compelled her to cheat in the first place.
Yeah, that's it. Good shit, Chica.
I don't know where they were.
Wait, I think someone just landed over here, unless... Wait. Did I just ping that guy through the wall?
You did. You're a cheater. You're a fucking cheater. You're a fucking cheater. Nah, you can't hide that shit anymore.
Behind us?
Bullet.
Not much like 𝗫𝗫ia, kindness is a virtue characterized by compassion, generosity, and empathy towards others. It involves treating people with warmth, understanding, and consideration, regardless of their background or circumstances. The streamer that best represents the virtue of kindness is none other than Fortnite streamer 𝗦𝗫𝗍𝗍𝗍. Not only has Nick built a reputation for streaming family-friendly content, but he also stays true to himself and doesn't build, overreact, or get aggressive to appease his fans. He isn't only a kind and wholesome person online, but in person too. While many celebrities and streamers try their best to avoid fans, Nick is willing to stop and say hi to fans he may encounter and interact with them in a wholesome and positive way.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can. Where are you from? What the heck? You got a cool accent.
I'm such a big fan, 𝗕𝗫𝗍𝗍𝗍.
Hey, thank you. Let's go.
He regularly runs donation streams and was even teary-eyed when a fan donated $20,000 to a charity on one of his streams. Understanding it may have been a mistake, he even offers to refund his fan.
Oh, wait. What? Oh my god. No way, dude. 𝗕𝗫𝗍𝗍𝗍 dropping the 20,000. Like, what? There's no way. I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, a $500 donation. Everyone's losing their mind in the chat. $20,000? Are you serious? Are you sure you didn't add an extra zero to that, Duke? 𝗕𝗫𝗍𝗍𝗍, tell me that was that's a legit donation. Is he in chat right now? Tell me that wasn't legit and that wasn't a mistake. If it was a mistake, we're gonna talk with them. We'll refund it. But if that's legit, bro, like what?
Nick truly is one of the kindest and most wholesome streamers out there. Greed versus charity. Pokimane versus Penguin0. Nick may do charity streams, and while we appreciate him for that, his charitable endeavors don't meet the standards of Penguin0. Charlie, better known as Penguin0 or 𝗦𝘁𝗿𝗄𝗏, is one of the most popular YouTube streamers out there. Aware of his large following and fanbase, Charlie regularly runs donation rates on stream to donate to smaller channels.
So I'd like to give some of that generosity back to the community. I'm no Mr. Beast, so I can't pull $100,000 out of my hole and slap that shit down on the table, but I don't think it needs to be a life-changing amount of money. Sometimes people just need to know that there's people that do support them, whether it's on stream or just in general.
He even gives all the revenue he makes off YouTube to charitable organizations and has been doing this from pretty much the start of his channel, without ever taking a single dime of that money for himself. Not only does he do charity in this way, but he also does his viewers charity by ending toxic YouTubers such as 𝗪𝗻𝗻 and 𝗎𝗍𝒐𝒀𝒃 and chasing them off YouTube. Lastly, the sin of greed, also known as avarice or covetousness, refers to an excessive desire for wealth, possessions, or power, and this sin perfectly represents one of the most popular streamers of all time, Pokimane. Initially one of the most popular Twitch streamers, Pokimane was seen as a wholesome individual who stayed out of drama, until she tried to scam her fans. She saw the rise of influencer snack products online and decided to throw her hat into the mix. She launched her cookie brand Mina Snacks. All was going well until fans found out that her cookies were a knockoff of another cookie brand, Midnight Mini Cookies, with a 225% markup on the price.
We basically made this brand because why are there not more snacks that are simply healthy, tasty? So yes, we never compromise on taste, but we prioritize health. Health is also a non-negotiable.
The drama wouldn't have escalated further had 𝗪𝗂𝗍 not fanned the flames. She called her fans broke who called her out for the scam. Eventually, she paid the price for her greed. Her fans turned against her, and her business collapsed faster than the speed of light.
Oh my god, $28 for cookies? I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so.
These are all the streamers who represent 7 deadly sins and their contrasting heavenly virtues. What do you think about these streamers and their sins? Comment down below and let us know your thoughts.